Hey, what's going on, y'all? Alright, so today I am going to show you my first ever $100 mistake when it comes to vehicles. Usually I go through every single part when something needs changed and, figure it out, trace electrical lines, trace hoses. I do everything on a regular basis to try to figure out how to fix my vehicle instead of just taking it to a shop. In this situation, I was actually getting a P1494 code. Ezra really wants to show you that he's alive, so.
Hey!
Okay, go ahead and play. Anyway, he really wanted to be in the video a little bit. But anyway, so it was throwing a P1494 code on a Chrysler, well, the Jeep in particular. This is a 1999 Jeep Cherokee Sport with the 4-liter in it, 4-wheel drive. It's an XJ. That's what they're usually called. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to trace your lines and everything. I know this is a little bit different and probably weird for a lot of y'all, but I wanted to put this out there because I don't want anybody else making the same mistake. But let's get to it. Alright, y'all, so what you are looking at right there is called your leak detection pump. This is where it's at on the, sort of tucked back in. This is the passenger side, and it's all the way back in that corner right there. So, looking straight at the Jeep, passenger side, back in that corner. You have there is, get down in there, there's a hose coming off of it right there. There is your wiring harness right there. There's a larger hose that connects to the filter, and then it goes right down around right to there, to the pump, to the leak detection pump. On the bottom side of this, I know you probably can't see it down in there, but right down there, there's a larger hose that comes off of there, and I'll show you where that runs. Everything runs down, all the way down around there and behind the engine. Now one, we'll get to that in a little bit, but one runs back, it dips down and goes like that behind the engine, but the other one runs down and around, and I'll show you where that one goes because you need to check that one. Okay, so we're under the driver's side of the car, and that right there, you can see that, is your charcoal canister. Now the charcoal canister is behind a sort of a protective, I don't know if you'd say skid plate, but like a shroud. But charcoal canister is right back there, and you can see where that larger hose runs up right there. But that hose goes all the way up along the frame right here, all the way up here. You can still see it right there. It runs all the way down here, all the way up, all the way up, and then that's the front of the Jeep right there. And it runs all the way up, right behind your engine, and pops up to the leak detection pump. So you need to check that entire run, and especially right there where that elbow is, because those elbows dry rot. And when those elbows dry rot, whenever those elbows dry rot, they they fall right off of the port. So it's important to check all the way back from the charcoal canister all the way to the front for the lines. Alright, so that big hose runs all the way up, and it goes to right, it's actually about halfway on the leak detection pump right here. So we check that. If that all checks out good, then move on to the next one. Now, in my wisdom and in my defense, I did check the next one, but I didn't check it thoroughly enough. So what I did was I paid $100 for that leak detection pump. Yeah, $100 for that thing. And that was actually cheap for most of the places that I found them. I found them the cheapest I could and actually ordered it on Amazon. That was the cheapest I could find. But $100 later, I put the pump in and I was still getting the P1494 code. So I kind of figured it was the line, which I should have checked to begin with. So now I'll show you the line that it actually was. So this line right here runs all the way back here, all the way back. It goes along the firewall. So here's your head right here. It goes all the way down. It dips down a little bit to where you kind of lose it behind the firewall. Comes all the way around here, all the way around. And then your intake manifold is right here. And when I was leaning over like this, the air filter is right here, and the air filter hose coming off of the intake is right here. Well, if you look straight down like this, you can see a port right here with a little elbow, which I actually replaced, and that didn't solve the problem. So I thought that it was actually the leak detection pump. Then you have another port right here with an elbow. Now those are also vacuum lines, but those are separate vacuum lines. Anyway, so below your intake hose right here, or your intake vent hose, right up under there is another port. And I did not see that one. And that elbow, which is right here, was all the way rotted off of there, and it was hanging all the way down in there. So it cost me $100 for the leak detection pump when it was just a little elbow that I think ran me, I think it was $3 or $4. So we all make mistakes. That was my expensive mistake. But now, if anybody has that issue, if you get any kind of code, and I would go to your nearest Harbor Freight and pick up just a inexpensive, like $29 scanner. That way you can scan your own vehicle and you at least know what code it's throwing, and you can look it up online, and that way you know what you're getting into for repairs if you're not going to do it yourself. But anyway, get a scanner. If you get that kind of code popping up, most of the time, now not always, sometimes it actually is the leak detection pump, or it's the charcoal canister that's filthy, or you need to replace a filter. But most of the time it's one of those hoses, and one of the little elbows just deteriorated and fell off. So make sure that you just go pick up a little programmer, little scanner, and run your codes on your own. Anyway, y'all, I hope that you enjoyed the video. I am actually, sorry about the bang. I am actually going to clean up a little bit of mess that I made here while I was doing the video. And Jonas, did you want to say hi too?
Hey, I'm fixing these bricks along here.
Cool. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Remember to hit like if you like the video. Make sure that you comment. I like reading the comments. And make sure that you subscribe. Not all the videos are like this. I just thought that I'd throw this out there to help some people out that might not want to spend $100 on a part that they don't need. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Take care.